Oh, yeah, it's Valentine's Day. Guess the wife will be expecting some crackers or something.
This underwear is really uncomfortable. It better taste fantastic.
Oh, Andy, if you only knew I was carrying your child.
Settle down, everybody. My first guest tonight is a co-anchor of CBS This Morning, where her five-part series about the week she spent at Marine Boot Camp is currently airing. It's always a pleasure having her on our show, folks. Please welcome Recruit Zahn, Paula Zahn. Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you.
Yeah, like my tie?
I love your tie. I wish my husband had one of those. You know, this is a sentimental night in our household.
Why's that?
It was 8 years ago tonight that my husband proposed to me.
Really? They'd have done that on their own. They didn't need, they didn't need your prompting.
We're all helping.
Yeah, come on, give me some So what happened? He proposed to you, but how did you meet? I love to hear how people met.
We met in Boston when I was working in local television.
Hometown.
Your hometown. You would love the story. It was on a 101-degree night. I'd gone out to a drugstore to buy a fan, came home, found out the dumb thing was not assembled. It was in 16 different parts. I panicked because I am not Miss Mechanical. Ran to the elevator to try to go get some maintenance guy in the building to rescue me. And who was standing in the elevator but Richard? So he did the big push. I'm Mr. Mechanical. I know I can put this together. So, put the fan together. But I want you to know that I found out that really all it took was like one missing screw. It took him 45 minutes to do it. But when our minister married us 3 years later, the story took on a slightly different connotation when he talked about Richard taking 45 minutes for one screw.
Your minister... The minister didn't know why people were
laughing
at him.
Laughing at him.
Oh, that's terrible.
He didn't have their attention the rest of the wedding.
What a filthy old man, they all said to themselves.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, tell us about this boot camp thing, 'cause I've been hearing about this. You actually went into boot camp. This is not a joke, right?
It's the first time a television correspondent has ever participated in the training. That meant getting up at 4:30 every morning, starting with the training at 5 a.m., sometimes not finishing until 11 o'clock at night.
You didn't get special treatment or anything?
Absolutely not. In fact, the Marine Corps told me if you plan to do this and you plan to wear a uniform, you're going to be treated like every single other recruit there, which meant that I incurred the wrath of my favorite drill instructor.
Oh, really?
Like, the most humiliating lesson is how to learn how to go to the bathroom in 10 seconds in the field.
You hadn't figured that out yet?
No. But you know what? You figure it out real quickly.
Okay.
Because when you're in field training exercises, they have porta potties set up out in the field. They have you line up in formation side by side with another recruit. You line up to the porta potty, and you're told to go in your respective little porta potty, and you have 10 seconds apiece to go to the bathroom.
What?
The drill instructor stands outside and says, "Okay, recruits on, let's go." 10, 9, 8. We don't have all day recruits on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And if you are not out of that bathroom, you're in the mud doing push-ups. 20, 30, 40 push-ups.
What is this obsession with going to the bathroom quickly in the Army?
You know,
what is the point?
No, all of it is a part of getting you to respect discipline. You do respect discipline in the bathroom,
right.
Let me tell you.
So that's something you learned, is just go to the bathroom really fast.
That and other things.
They should have that rule in New York bars. They really should. You know?
We could use it, particularly in women's rooms.
People are in there for like 80 minutes, you know.
But, you know, the training is so unrelenting, and it's all about assimilating these details. You get yelled at if you don't have a button on your, fatigue pants. They just do not stop. And I didn't learn until day 2 that you're not allowed to look a drill instructor in the eye.
You can't look at them?
You have to look forward at all times.
They also
They
have...
don't want to see your teeth.
Don't they have like a whole new lingo that you have to learn when you're in the Marines?
It had as a cover. You don't go to the bathroom. You make a head call. You don't go through a door. You go through a portal. You don't wear glasses or eyeballs. And so I got this whole new language. But it works there.
We have our own lingo here.
Yeah?
The desk is Ground Zero. Andy is Lancer. I'm Blue Thunder.
Aye, sir.
Blue Thunder, please, call me that. And did you learn any of those songs that you always... Whenever you see movies about people in the Army, they learn those moronic songs that they chant along with.
Should we try one tonight?
Did you actually learn one?
Oh, yeah. But they have what they call a motivational run.
Okay.
And that is where you run in formation with maybe a group of 10 across, and you sing these songs as you run for 5 miles, and you sweat, and you get muscle pulls. So one of my favorite ones went something like this. And I'm counting on you all to repeat after me, all right?
It's self-explanatory.
This is, yeah.
Okay.
Some say Marines are made of mud.
Some say Marines are made of mud.
They say we are nothing but muscles and blood.
They say we are nothing but muscles and blood.
1/3 of iron, 1/3 of steel.
1/3 of iron, 1/3 of steel.
If one won't get you, the other one will.
One won't get you, the other one will.
Hoorah, Marine Corps! Hoorah, Marine Corps!
Hoorah, Marine Corps! Hoorah, Marine Corps! They did it, I didn't. I tricked them.
You cannot believe that human beings are capable of yelling as much as they do.
They just yell all the time?
They yell all the time, and I found out one very interesting little health factoid.
Yes?
I had the audacity to ask my favorite drill instructor if it was true that they got hemorrhoids because they yelled so loud. And they do.
What do you get? You really do? You get hemorrhoids for yelling so loud?
It's a technique, and you're going to see it on Friday in my piece that they use to scream at these recruits. And one drill instructor described it to me. She goes, you have to start on your toes, you work the power up in your stomach, suck that stomach in, okay, recruits on, shoulders back. And that's how they get the power to really reach your eardrum.
And that causes?
Hemorrhoids.
That's why you never see Bobcat Goldthwait sitting down.
Exactly.
Little known fact. All right, well, hang on for a second. We're going to talk some more. We're going to have more with Paula Zahn when we come back in just a second. Stick around.
Mon disque dur est plein. Oh, il faut que j'archive 500 MB ou je suis fichu.
Oh, ça c'est embêtant. Ouais. J'ai entendu dire qu'il travaillait sur un nouveau procédé laser pour stocker de l'information.
Le laser? Qui fait ça?
Ah, IBM. Oui, IBM. Ils disent même qu'on pourra stocker 10 fois plus de données.
Oh, c'est incroyable.
Support comes from wood, brick, steel, and people. And in real estate, support comes from a Coldwell Banker agent for the questions, the ideas. Support comes from a Coldwell Banker agent because that's what they get from Coldwell Banker. It's one reason why more than 9 out of 10 of our customers would recommend us to a friend. Wood, brick, steel, and people. Support you can count on from Coldwell Banker.
Pardon me.
Wow, that's some breath, eh? I agree. I've enjoyed your breath ever since 96th Street.
Thank you very much.
Want the ultimate fresh breath? Try Breath Savers with its cool, minty core. Breath Savers. It's one of the best tire values ever at Sears. This week, Goodyear weather handlers are on sale as low as $18.88, our lowest price ever, including a 60,000-mile warranty. For Goodyear weather handlers as low as $18.88, get to Sears.
Marty Holtman here at Hertz Car Sales. You know, with more snow in the forecast, now's the time to get behind the wheel of one of our sure-footed 4x4s. This special edition Eddie Bauer Ford Explorer is loaded in only $22,975. And we've got those great Jeep Grand Cherokees. Drive one home for $23,975. And you know, folks, with our huge inventory, that means you'll find the car that you want at the price you want to pay. Hertz is your affordable choice for a showroom quality car. Hertz Car Sales, Orchard at the Freeway, Boise.
The Black Sheep, Sporting Goods and Toys, announces its annual President's Day sale. Shooting down gun prices, chopping camping gear prices, reeling in fishing equipment savings. Sale on now. The Black Sheep, next to best, Boise.
We dress all 6 of our children for under $50 a year.
And she feeds the whole family for just $2. How does she do it? The latest tightwad trick, absolutely free. Next, Donahue.
Wednesday morning at 9 on Channel 7.
Those guys rock my world.
They do.
Sorry. I'll never say that again.
Blue Thunder.
I'm Blue Thunder. That's Lancer.
Got that down.
You're at Ground Zero.
Thank you.
Now let me ask you. Okay, you were talking a little bit about being in the military and everything. This was actually hard. You had to do some real hard stuff, right?
Oh, yeah, the training is really tough. You're talking about 18 and 19-year-old kids first who are 8 weeks through the training course. So here I am, this old lady that comes in twice their age attempting to do what they do. And they do things you can't train to do. Like when was the last time you crawled on your belly in the mud with your M16 and tried to manipulate yourself under a barbed wire fence that stretched 1 inch above the ground? I mean,
It's been 2 weeks.
It's been 2 weeks.
I have a weird other life you don't know about.
Then they do the kind of things that, your producers are, just dreaming that you'll fail at. They have this thing called the Slide for Life, which is a rope that is attached to a 50-foot platform. You get up to the top of the platform and you look down and you're told you're going to climb your way down, and the rope stretches 100 yards to a pole on the ground. And it goes straight down like this.
And what's your job?
Well, your job is to use your arms and hook your little feet on the rope so you don't fall into the little muddy swamp below you. And so you've got 2 CVS crews standing by to catch that shot of Paulazon falling into the swamp.
They want you to fall.
They want you to fail. So I hung in there and I stayed on that rope. I've got, I came home with bruises.
Now some of it sounds, it's like, swinging through tires and stuff. Some of it sounds like fun, right?
Well, some of it is, but yeah. I will tell you, by the end of the day, you are so drained because just when you think you're about broken physically, then they throw something at you mentally that's very challenging. Like, and when's the last time you spent time in the gas chamber, Conan? That is not my idea of fun.
What are you talking about in a gas chamber?
They get you prepared for the eventuality of a gas attack in combat, and this is one of the things that recruits dread the most. You go through all this training on how to put a gas mask together and take it apart. You put this protective gear on, you go into the gas chamber, and you have a drill instructor describing that they're going to start spewing this high-grade pepper gas into the room, and they want you to take your mask off and hold your breath for 30 seconds. Well, while you're holding your breath, you feel this pepper gas stinging your face, your hands burn, it's in your lungs and your chest. Meanwhile, there was a recruit 2 down from me who completely flipped out. She was not capable of putting her mask back on, so she's screaming. And she's taking gas. When you open your mouth, you're ingesting this gas. So that doesn't give you much confidence when you hear people around you completely flipping out.
That doesn't sound fun at all.
No, and
don't
this
take
is
these
one of the
stories.
things.
Don't take these stories anymore.
But you know what?
Do like the fun stories,
I'm looking for a
cover the opening of the new Chuck E. Cheese or something.
Well,
don't go to this stuff.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, do that instead next time. Don't do this. Now, I just have to ask your opinion really quickly about, of course, Newt Gingrich got into a lot of trouble when he made his comment about he didn't think women were physically or was it biologically fit
to serve in the trenches. Because of their infection rate. And this was something that was widely reported when I was at Parris Island for boot camp. And obviously Marine Corps officials weren't too crazy about commenting about this on camera, but all the recruits told me that was outrageous and that they had no problem with the idea of women ultimately serving in ground-to-ground combat.
So you just think it's ridiculous then?
I can't say that. I have to interview Newt Gingrich next week. For a political view on what Mr. Gingrich had to say.
Okay.
But I'll even tell you what Secretary Perry had to say. We're better than that.
To me.
He said, our studies don't substantiate that.
Oh, really?
Everybody's waltzing around that comment gingerly.
Okay. Well, I don't think Newt's watching right now.
He might be up at this time. No?
No, he watches...
They had a late vote last night.
He watches an infomercial on a rival channel. We happen to know. All right, well, listen, Paula, thank you very much for coming by.
Good to see you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, good to see you tomorrow. Paula's on CBS this morning. Folks, we'll be right back. We'll see you in a second.
You never know when you'll come face to face with a regular-looking phone wired to a no-name company. Will you and your card be rejected? We're sorry. Will your call cost a lot more than you think? How can you be sure you'll get AT&T and get through at a good price? Know the code. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT.
For card calls, you'll always get AT&T's best deal if you know the code. Dial 1-800-CALLATT.
And you'll never worry about no-name phone company charges again.
Your true voice.
Dear Dave, I had the good fortune to break down in front of a Wendy's the other day. So I went inside to use the phone. Said, the food looks great. I'm going to have lunch. I couldn't believe what I could get for 99 cents each. A big hot baked potato, a side salad, and a biggie drink. My whole meal was under $3, which made it an even better deal. And I had plenty left over to pay that cute guy who towed my car away. Love, Marcia.
I love happy endings.
Wendy's 99-cent super value menu. Better food makes it a better value.